Everybody, what's going on? It's Bill with Franklin Loan Center. And hey, this morning the Consumer Price Index came out, and this is one of two main reads on inflation that come out every month. This is the second most important to the Fed. The Fed watches another one that comes out at the end of the month. But I wanted to point a couple of things out. All right, I mean, there's been two things we've been talking about for months or years, as it turns out, and that is, the Fed is really driven by two things: inflation and also jobs. We talked more about jobs last week, which is starting to show some real cracks. And then this week, these are some results actually put together by MBS Highway. Once again, thank you, MBS Highway, for a great slide to kind of show us what it looks like, right? But what we're looking at here is we've got core and headline that come out, and you can see here that the previous month for headline was 3%. It went all the way down to 2.9, and then we saw a 10th improvement on the core as well, from 3.3 to 3.2%. So it just seems like we're just creeping along here, which we are, right? I mean, things are definitely moving slow. But the thing that's interesting about CPI is you can see here that it shows that shelter, so rents, owner equivalent of rents, and lodging away from home. So that's, rents, of course. Owner equivalent of rents is the weirdest number. We've talked about this before. There's some complete extrapolation. And then away from home is, of course, hotels and Airbnbs and all that stuff, right? And then so you've got housing, which is 45% of the total calculation. And then other than that, you've got, which ran hot. I mean, you can see in these numbers, I mean, it's 2.33% of the total. The other one that's a big deal, it's a much smaller weighting, but we're seeing really big increases in auto insurance, which everybody knows that. And so it's funny because if you take both of those away, then you're actually well under the target rate, right? Now, you can't take them away. I mean, housing's the most expensive thing out there, but it turns out rents are actually coming down there. And also owners are, the staying away, like hotels and all that stuff, right? So there's a lot of reason to believe we're going to see these numbers come down. Another thing that MBS Highway pointed out this morning is that you're actually, if you take a 3-month average, we're actually running of just the 3 last months of this reading, everything is running under the 2% target. So we're definitely heading in the right direction. We're seeing that come through in interest rates. It was crazy this morning. Another data point that came out is that there was a 35% increase in refinances. So guys, if you've bought a house in the last couple of years, it could be you're getting really close to being able to refinance if you're not there already. So would love to talk to you about that as well. So anyway, there's a lot of hope in these sorts of numbers that are making us believe that inflation's really going to continue to come down, which will then trigger the Fed. The markets will like that, blah, 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 right? So lots of reason to believe rates will continue to come down. Would love to discuss this deeper with anybody. I am Bill. I'm with Franklin Loan Center, and I'll see you all next week.